Welcome to Q&A practice. Let's get started with the defense attorney. Ready? Are you familiar with my client's operation? I'm familiar with the trash chutes installed in the park. Were you present at the time they were installed? No, I was not. Had you received any type of complaints about the way that the trash chutes were operating at the time that you arrived? At the time I arrived, there was no one living there, so there were no complaints at the beginning. When was the first time you were made aware of any type of complaints with the operation of the trash chutes when you were there? October or November. How were you made aware of it? There were owner complaints. What type of complaints were being made to you at that time? The doors were extremely hard to open. Once opened, they couldn't get them closed. From my standpoint, I couldn't adjust them to eliminate the problems. Were there any other complaints you noted from the complaints brought up by the homeowners? That was it. Were the foot pedals operational? In some cases they were, and in some cases they weren't. Could you be more specific about how this trash chute opens? You have a foot pedal on the floor. It's simply activated by pushing on the foot pedal. Approximately how many of these trash chute devices did the homeowners have in the installation when you arrived? They had 4 buildings, so we had 12. Did they all operate under the same principle? That's correct. Did you also note that each and every one of them had problems with the operation of the foot pedal? I'd say 50% of them had problems. Had you had any kind of experience with this kind of problem before your becoming associated with this project? No. All right. Now let's do a little floor voice practice. And we will start with the plaintiff. Ready? Okay, did you have this item tested? Yes. All right, Your Honor, for this one, there will be a stipulation. There were 2 items tested of the drugs described. One was 0.72 grams. The other item was 0.34 of cocaine. So stipulated? Yes, the record will so reflect. Now, investigator, I'm going to have you focus now as we move through this to the next date of interest, which is August 25th, 2005, and ask you again if you return to the premises to conduct your investigation. Yes, I did. And I'll just say for the parties, for the court, this is counts 17 and 18. Again, with Mr. Scott, you went to the premises? Yes. As you made entry to the premises on this night, did anything attract your attention? I observed that Cindy Reed was the bartender and just sat down at the fixed bar. Okay, order any drinks from Sue or some other bartender? Yes. All right, was it Sue or someone else? From Sue. From Sue. Okay, what did you get on this occasion? Is it okay if I just call her Sue from Your Honor, or did you want to use her other name? That's fine. Well, probably call her Cindy. Okay, because I'm used to Sue, but I can do whatever the court wants. All right, well, since we've identified her as Cindy, let's refer to her as Cindy. It will be more clear for the record. So did you order your beer from Cindy? Yes. Did she serve you? Yes. What about Mr. Diaz, Ron Diaz? Was he around that night? Yes, he was. All right. And what about Juan? Was he around that night also? Yes. Within the premises? Yes. With respect to Cindy, did you engage her in any kind of conversation that night? Not initially. Okay, she eventually ended her shift at 7 p.m. and sat down next to us. All right, had you invited her to sit with you, or she just kind of sat? No, she just came and sat down. All right, and when she sat with you, you were at the bar counter? Yes. Did she ever leave the bar counter area? Yes. All right, where did she go? Went out for a cigarette break. Okay. Oh, because there's no smoking inside? Yes. All right, and did you stay at your position? Sorry, did you stay at your position or go with her? I followed her outside. And outside, did you commence a conversation with her? Yes. And how did that begin? I don't recall exactly how the conversation started. I remember various things we talked about. All right, why don't you tell us what you remember? Okay, I remember me asking her if she had done drugs. She said yes. She told me that basically she had done every drug possible. She also told me that she could supply me with upper or downer pills and that she could get me $20 bags of marijuana, and she said she could basically get me anything with the exception of heroin. Okay, and did she offer you anything? Yes, she did. How did that come about? I told her I might be interested in trying some of the pills, and she handed me a half pill, an unidentified pill. Okay, and where did she get that pill from? She had it in her purse on her possession. So she handed you half a pill? Yes, she had in her purse. Okay. Did she, at least at some point, represent to you what it was? Yes. What did she say? She said that it was a downer, some kind of depressant. Okay, did she charge you anything? No, she said she normally... No, she didn't. Okay, what did she say about pricing? She normally charged $4 a pill, but since I had never had one, she wanted to start me just on a half a tablet, and that there would be no charge. Okay. Did you accept? Did you take the item from her? Yes. She didn't say she was a pharmacist, did she? Objection leading. Sustained. Did she indicate to you she had any professional training? Yes. What did she tell you in that regard? She said that she was a pharmacist. Objection. First off, it's leading and non-responsive from professional training. All right, I'm going to sustain. That's fine. Now, so Sue, did Sue finish her cigarette? Yes. Where did she head after that? Inside the premises from the back door. Okay. And where did she go? She went into the women's restroom. Is that next to the men's room? Yes. All right. And where did you go? Well, she asked me to come into the women's restroom with her. I made contact with my partner so he knew where I was, and then I accompanied her in the restroom. Did she, at least initially, did she say why she wanted you to go into the ladies' room? I don't recall. All right, you just followed, went in? Yes. All right, and once inside, was there anyone else in there besides you and Cindy? No. All right, and so then what did Cindy then commence to do? She removed a dollar bill from her purse, unfolded it, and I could see a white powdery substance inside. All right, was it in any kind of a container? When you say white powdery substance, it was just folded up and enclosed in the dollar bill. Oh, a dollar bill. Sorry. What did you do next? She dumped the powder onto a small ledge that's in the women's restroom, pulled out a knife, and began fine cutting the cocaine. When you say fine cutting, what do you mean? Sometimes cocaine is in little clumps. You want to make it really fine, apparently, before you snort it, so she was dicing it up. All right. And then what did she do after that was finished? She rolled up the dollar bill that had been carrying the cocaine, and about that time the male bartender, who took over for Sue, named Sam, walked into the women's restroom. Excuse me. All right, that will conclude our Q&A practice.